Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope everyone has a great day. We are from Pasir Puteh Science Middle School and we are very delighted to enlighten you about the impacts of digitalization in promoting economic growth among Kelantanese families.
Hi everyone! Before we reveal further about our research, I, Nurisha, will share with you some spoilers about what we will highlight after this. This video contains 5 subtopics and for each one, we have carefully and thoroughly researched and prepared. First of all, we will be with Saliha, who is going to state our problem statements for our research. She will also give you the definition and explain the context of our research. Next, Natasya will guide you through the methodologies that we have adapted in making our research a success. Next, that's me. I will be with you again to share the details of our research outcomes. I am sure you will be delighted upon learning our outcomes. Lastly, Syazana is going to suggest some recommendations relating to our research topic and conclude our presentation. Please sit back, relax and stay with us throughout the presentation as I am sure you will find this a great learning opportunity.
I am Natasya Muzammel and I'll be sharing about our team's research aims. Ladies and gentlemen, our team's research topic for Frsis 2021 is the impacts of business digitalization in promoting economic growth among Kelantanese families. When the need for digital revolution increases and the usage of it doubles or even triples, do you know what are the digitalization impacts on the economic growth among the Kelantanese families? And why do we aim Kelantanese families for our research? Let me enlighten you. Our main reason is Kelantan is often labelled as quite behind in terms of technology and development. Truth is, with MCO being imposed, many business owners in Kelantan start to use digital platforms to sell their products. For example, to ease both customers and sellers, food delivery services through online platforms are widely used in Kelantan, such as Foodpanda, GrabFood, and not to forget the newly developed local apps Order Makan and Halo Delivery. In fact, micro business owners also start offering services via WhatsApp and WeChat. Even villagers can now get some fresh vegetables and seafood sent to their door just by making a call. You must be wondering why we wanted to do this research, right? Our major inspiration to conduct this research is because we have witnessed the obvious, huge and very evident changes that digitalization has brought upon our Kelantanese community. Therefore, we want to share all about it with the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by iterating our research background. We believe it will be convenient to divide our research into two main issues. The problems faced by our research respondents before the pandemic and Kelantanese knowledge about digital business platforms. The respondents I referred to are customers, business owners and online business workers, namely delivery staff, customer service staff and literally any staff who are manning a virtual business. This may include restaurant staff and huge mall staff too. Now let's build each layer of the original issues. Let us begin with customers, shall we? Before the MCO measures incorporated restrictions on public movement and most other activities, people used to go to shops, restaurants and malls as they like. Family, friends, colleagues and even long-lost classmates all gathered at hotels and tourist spots, spending time together while enjoying the blessings of a carefree world. Some people even basked in the pleasure of going window shopping, wandering around for hours only to come home empty-handed. This had brought fun and joy other than profits and marketing for business owners. Thus the same impact burdened business workers. Earlier, when life was good and COVID-19 wasn't here, most of them were underpaid as most people preferred physical shopping. Now that citizens can no longer go out by themselves, more and more people are turning into online services. These workers have become the frontliner, exposing themselves to the possibilities of contracting the virus while making a living. Hats off to these unsung heroes, risking their lives for our comfort at home. Based on some data we have collected, it is proven that digital business platforms are now more frequently utilized and recognized better than before the pandemic. Many people used to not open online stores nor offer online services as they lack of knowledge on how to manage an online business. They thought that relying on technology was not necessary as nobody saw the pandemic coming. COVID has not only opened the eyes but changed the lives of our respondents in immediate ways. We believe that this has allowed a spurt of economic growth in these people's life. Economic growth is defined as a rise in an amount and quality of products and services produced and consumed by a community. For our project, we will show you how COVID-19 helps boost the economic growth among Kelantanese families. The financial gains of the customers, business owners and delivery workers are rocketing since digitalization continues to grow.
I'll be outlining about what methods did we use for our research, the research process, and how we collected our data. For your information, this research was conducted using quantitative and qualitative methods. To collect the data, we used Google Forms to create questionnaires, and we also did some interviews with the locals. As for the questionnaires, we prepared 3 different questionnaires to cater to 3 different categories, which are customers, online and delivery service workers, and business owners. The questions we provided were mostly simple to understand. Most just required respondents to say yes or no, but there were also a few questions that required long response. Apart from that, we have also prepared the questions in 2 languages, which is English and Bahasa Melayu. This was mainly because we figured that not all of our locals could understand and speak English fluently. Next, we conducted some interviews with business owners. We believe that interviews are very important to collect genuine responses for our research, as the interview sessions were impromptu and unstructured. Hence, we could ask more questions in response to our respondents' feedback, giving us deeper understanding about our research topic. The best highlight of the interview was when we got to speak to Mr. Wan Yusofuan Jeffrey, the CEO of Monalisa Malaysia. These are some sample questions that we had asked in the Google form and our interview session. Most of these questions were derived from established researchers relating to COVID-19 pandemic effects and economic impact, and we had run a pilot test among a small group of respondents before further amending some questions for better impact. Next, these are some sneak peeks of the interview sessions we had arranged with our local business owners. During the interviews, majority of the respondents agreed that by digitalizing their businesses, they have improved a lot after it once fluctuated when COVID-19 pandemic began.
Oh, hey there, you are with me again, the same person, a different topic. Based on the data that we collected from a survey via Google Form, I have some proof to prove my points that technology use is now rising dramatically, especially during the pandemic. This pie chart shows the difference between customers' frequency in ordering goods online before and after the COVID-19 pandemic. From the data, we get to see the huge difference. The majority of our customer respondents, which is 76.6%, are now shopping online more frequently compared to before. On the other hand, a total of 10.6% customers claim that they are shopping online less frequently now, but clearly they pale in comparison with the majority statistic. Lastly, as much as 12.8% of the customers state that their habit of online shopping has not changed over the time. It is safe to assume that this percentage is contributed by those who have been familiar with online shopping since before the pandemic. Let's move on to the next slide. The next statistic strongly agrees with the statement, as 97.9% of the respondents believe that there are more online businesses after COVID-19 began. This is most likely due to the fact that most business owners start to implement technology in promoting their businesses online to keep their businesses going. Many have changed the direction of their promoting and ordering system by utilizing social networking sites, websites, and other forms of virtual means.
To wrap up, rise of the digital revolution actually affects every single aspect of life directly and imminently. It has caused a large number of people to live a stressful life, all depressed and anxious because of the pandemic constraints. We decide to relate technology and economy because it involves several parties who normally don't use much technology but now have chosen to explore the digital world just to make a living. Most of Kelantanese, such as business owners, riders and customers, agree with the statement, the digital world helps us in many aspects, especially our normal lives. It is evident that most Kelantanese families have survived from these economic issues with the aid of technology. As an example, about 60% of citizens in Kelantan make money as part-time riders and are able to make money up to 600 ringgit Malaysia per month. Regardless of age, more Kelantanese families have begun to utilize more digital platforms such as Oda Makan. This app, for one, is specifically designed to cater to Kelantanese family. Personally, more of these kind of applications should be made available. They are tailor-made to Kelantanese context and are more user-friendly too. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a hit for those seeking jobs and business owners with limited English proficiency and, most importantly, customers. Everybody benefits from the technology. Indeed, this is even more imminent during this pandemic. It has allowed us to experience the same feeling we once had before, as well as continue living like we used to. With the help of technology, we got to sustain a good social life and economy.